Okay, you got some idea about the volcanoes. What idea you got?
From you, when the magma from the earth erupts, like it
Interior.
comprises results in the net.
Through a vent or an opening. So it can be gaseous form, it can be smoke form, it can be lava, hot molten material come out. So any form it can be. So this way, when it is erupted from the interior of the earth and coming out, it is called a volcano. You have heard about earthquakes. How is it different from earthquake? It is only earthquake is the shaking of the earth. Next lesson is earthquake only. But here volcano is that from the interior. That is, we have learned about the landforms. The Earth's interior we have studied. What is in the interior of the earth? Which are the different layers? Can you tell? On that is on the surface. What is that? Crust. That is otherwise known as lithosphere. Then we have studied inside, going into the second layer is the what is it called? Mantle. Sleeping or still in that volcano? So then inside, deep inside, what is the layer? Core. We have learned there is intermediary spaces are there. Maharovic, Gutenberg. Okay, all these things we have studied. Now, from inside the earth, these hot molten materials come out through the weaker parts. See, let us imagine a mound like is formed. And on the top there is a vent or this opening through which the materials are coming out. So this part is called vent.
Secondary.
Huh?
Secondary.
Yes. So the part through which the molten materials are coming is called what? So then the materials which are coming out is called what?
Magma.
When it is coming out, this one, from this one, it is coming out and flowing. That is called lava. What you told magma is this part. Understood? From inside, when it is coming out, that is magma. When it is flowing out, it is called lava. Understood? Do you have textbook for this thing? Take it and see. The volcano is a vent in the earth crust from which fiery hot magma erupts from the earth's interior. You told magma, so that magma is coming from here. When it is coming out, it is called a lava flow. Did you understand the difference? When it is flowing out, it is called a lava. The materials, when it is coming out, that is magma. Got it? Got the difference? Yes? Still doubt is there? Okay. Underline that points or that is you have to write. Textbook you are having? Mark it. Volcano is a vent in the earth crust from which fiery hot magma erupts from the earth's interior. The volcanic eruptions are sudden movements associated with internal forces of the earth. There is a push from inside Understood? That is always that in the asthenosphere that molten materials are just moving, and sometimes the fury this they move, these molten materials come out. So that is a sudden activity. You saw that video. In that, those persons in Mexico were watching. They were using so many devices to see that whether it will erupt or not. That moment only some shaking and all they experienced, and they found this materials like smoke and ashes started coming. It was not in the form of what lava. Understood? Smoke and ashes, they are the other forms. So different forms it can. Because it is compressed at the top and only smoke and this gases come out. Understood? So what we have seen? Volcanic eruption. The forces relating to or arising from the interior of the earth are called endogenic forces. So So inside the forces which lead to this activity is called a endogenic. We have studied, but that you don't have to study now. Endogenic and exogenic. Exogenic is the forces which are taking place outside. Endogenic is forces inside. Understood? That point also you underline what is endogenic. The forces relating to or arising from the interior of the earth are called endogenic forces. There are two types of endogenic forces, diastrophic or and sudden movement. That is there or not? No. That is there. It's there. It's there. To study? No, it is there in the textbook, but out of the topic meaning, types, active, dormant, and active. So meaning only we are studying now first. Meaning part only we are studying. So in the meaning part it is there are some movements that are taking place from inside the earth, that is called the endogenic forces. Then another point we have to study, it is not there, isn't it? No. Products of the volcano also not for. But let us say, for general understanding, when these materials are pushed outside, sometimes it is in the form of gases, sometimes it is in the form of ashes, sometimes it is in the form of smoke. You have seen thick smoke was coming like a mount, and sometimes the molten material used to push out, and so many kilometers it is spreading. So that is what उधर का कितने बचे दो. Understood? Did you what all things are coming out? So just for our knowledge we will read it, because this is not a so big lesson. 2 periods are there, no? So that is why we'll read. You start the products of the volcano from the.
A volcano erupts a number of products like steam, gases, molten rocks, dust, ashes, and liquid solid matter.
Liquid and solid matter. Okay.
Magma and lava. The molten rock material inside is known as magma.
Did you understand the difference? You told magma, so I was go on telling this one. Lava is the thing which is coming out, and this mouth part, up to that mouth part, what it is coming is called a magma. Clear?
When it reaches the surface of the earth, It is known as lava.
Hmm.
It consists of many material and gases. Steam is the most abundant gas that comes out of the volcano.
Hmm.
When steam is ejected in huge quantities, it forms cloud in the atmosphere, resulting rainfall.
See, this one is formed in the atmosphere and it lead to the formation of that gaseous cloud, and that will cause rainfall. What type of rainfall? Acid rainfall type. That is very dangerous. It's not a normal rainfall. Understood? This thick smoke is going to the atmosphere and forms that cloud, and that result in the rainfall. Yeah.
Other gases ejected by volcanoes include hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen.
These are the other gases. Now you read solid matter.
The solid fragments are often known as pyroclasts.
So because this material from inside with a great force it is coming, so it is pushed upward. So sometimes sometimes rock pieces are also pushed upward. The finest.
This is known as pyroclasts. The finest particles are called dust. The dust particles go on increasing in size. The smallest coincide particles are called lapilli.
These all things are not there to be done. Yeah? That is why jealous. Not needed. This already not needed.
Violent eruptions known as bombs.
I mean, that's even really.
Full time video.
I'm like, this much is only not there. Rest all things are there.
Everything. But just understanding is required. Structure also not there. Yes, read. Violent eruption.
Violent eruptions known as bombs eject more material.
Bomb like only it is exploding. So that is what it is called violent eruption. Some eruptions, that it is continuing for years also. In some places, the molten materials when it is coming out, it continue for years, days. The rock.
The rock fragments that a volcano erupts do not originate from the magma chamber but picked up by later magma in the course of its upward movement.
So originate, do not originate. Some are not originate from the magma chamber. But most of the volcanoes are originating from the magma chamber. Because that structure, if you are observing, we can see that it is originating from the magma chamber and coming to that mouth, that opening, that is called the vent. And it is forming in a conical shape. Then only it is getting erupted. We have seen some mound-like is formed. Some are having steep sides. Some are having conical shape. So it is all depending upon the pressure from inside. And secondly, the materials they erupt, or that is they are bringing out. Did you get the points? Clear? Now structure is required or not? You just read for that.
Types of volcanoes. On the basis of
And types of you are reading.
yeah,
Okay.
types of volcanoes. On the basis of frequency of the eruption, volcanoes are classified into three main types: active, dormant, and
Wait. On the basis of frequency of the eruption. how frequent they are erupted. These are very important. Okay, these three types are very important. So frequency of eruption. What is that? Some
Many of the eruptions
some are erupting
like
after
some
a
years.
certain years. Some are not erupted in the last 100 years, but it is not dead. They may have a chance to get erupted. Some have not erupted for in the historic period. That
Like
is
it
whether.
might erupt like once in the history. Like we never know.
But no, that is in the historic period, that is the period which we have record. So that is considered as extinct or dead volcano. So the first one is active, second is dormant, and third one is extinct. Read first.
Active volcanoes. These are the volcanoes which are present.
To underline all these things.
These are the volcanoes which are present in active state and have erupted in the recent past. There are at present about 500 known active volcanoes. About
500 is given or 550.
50.
Textbook 500 is
known active volcanoes. About 20 of these volcanoes may erupt at any time.
So out of these 500 volcanoes, 20 can be erupted at any time.
Like Mount Etna. A few of these volcanoes are also in a state of volcanic eruption. Some of the examples of volcanoes Mount Stromboli and Mount Etna in Italy.
These names you have to remember.
Pinatubo,
Examples of active. Are you marking all these things?
Pinatubo in Philippines and Mauna Loa in Hawaii.
These are the examples of active volcanoes. Which are the example? Mount Stromboli and Mount Etna. So if it is asked, Mount Etna is an example of what type of volcano? Active volcano.
Philippines and Mauna Loa in Hawaii.
Okay.
Dormant volcanoes. These volcanoes are not erupted in recent historical period. They are regarded as sleeping volcanoes and may become active at any time.
Example. So what is that? We have seen active. So active word itself shows that it is active. Anytime it can be erupted. So we have seen out of the 500 volcanoes, that is active volcanoes, 20 are very much active. Anytime it can be erupted. Okay. So then after which are the example? Mount Etna, Mount Stromboli. All these are the examples.
Pinatubo.
Pinatubo. Okay. We have seen that also, no? So these volcanoes can be erupted at any time. It is active. Did you get the meaning of active volcano? Now, dormant volcano. See, dormant means it is not dead. It is in a sleeping state. Means in the recent history, we have not seen this volcanoes erupting, but it is not dead. It is in a sleeping state. So any time it can erupt. So dormant means sleeping. So it is not erupted in the recent history. But it is not a dead volcano. Okay.
I have doubts in active volcanoes. What is choice?
See, a few of these volcanoes will erupt at any time. A few of these volcanoes are also in a state of permanent eruption. That is the examples of that in Hawaii and all. There are volcanoes continuously erupting, but it is not causing so much damage. It is helping in the formation of ice. It is written permanent eruption. That means it is continuously active. But it is there are some volcanoes giving constructive result. It is helping. That kind of volcano only permanent eruption. It is not all of a sudden coming out and damaging. It is having some.
Slowly, it's continuously going on there.
That is any time it is coming out. It is helping the formation of a small landform. That's. What are you doing? You just come in here.
Not my chance.
Your chance.
And a Brazilian woman fell into an Indonesian volcano.
Who? President what?
Brazilian.
Brazilian woman. He is telling that this one, no? Tricky sentence only he is telling, no?
I heard president.
I also heard that.
President.
Cheers. And loss.
Again, we want
Something
to
opposite to the one after.
Afterwards,
It's an
let it be.
active Indonesian country. Good.
letting Jim share now.
सारे डेली का है.
Yes, read.
Yes, ma'am. Mount Kilimanjaro. Examples of dormant volcanoes are Mount Kilimanjaro.
Mark it.
Yeah, Mount Vesuvius. So regarded as active, is actually rated as dormant because there has been no major eruption since 1944. Many other
See, this the Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa.
Mount Vesuvius.
Wait, Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa and Mount Vesuvius, they are considered as active but rated as dormant because after 1944, no major eruptions taken place. Major eruption means either help in that destruction of that landmass or the creation of any landforms. So this kind of effect has not taken. That is why it is kept as a dormant, but it is active. These two are active volcanoes in India it can erupt. But after 1944, no active eruptions have recorded. Clear the difference?
Many other volcanoes in Philippines and Japan are examples of dormant volcanoes. Extinct. Wait. These are the types which have not erupted in the present geological period and are not likely to become active again. Mount Aconcagua in South America and Mount Kenya in Africa are examples of such volcanoes.
See, extinct in the geological period, this volcano has not been erupted. I think while the formation of landforms, I have told you one example. That is the rocks which are formed in the Deccan Plateau or Peninsular Plateau is the result of a volcanic eruption. Do you remember? That is one volcanic eruption had taken place and this one was pushed inside. And the gap which was formed was filled with the waters of Indian Ocean, and that is how Arabian Sea was formed. I have told that story. Yes, there only the class was. I have told. No video is there. I have told that is how. See, if you are observing like this, from here, that volcanic eruption have taken place and the materials were fall into it. And when this huge eruption have taken place, the place where the present day Arabian Sea, that part become an empty space. So the waters of Indian Ocean was pushed inside. So that is how Arabian Sea is formed. So this is what a geological study. It is not a story. So, like that, eruption have not taken place. That is what a dormant volcanoes. Got it? The geological period or geological history, this volcanoes have not been erupted. Got it? Now you, effects of volcanoes. The effects can be divided into two. One is constructive. Constructive means useful. So helping in the construction of something. You have seen in that some islands are being formed. So that is one constructive effect. New landforms are forming. Some are considered as destructive. It destroys the landforms. We have learned about one example in Mexico that eruption caused removal of that landform. That area has been completely removed. So that is destructive. Understood? So constructive part you just.
Volcanic eruptions are both constructive and destructive effects.
You were playing with the dust.
Constructive effects. Volcanic eruptions are a sudden force, also termed as constructive forces, which have a number of constructive effects on the surface of the earth. The main constructive effects of volcanoes are the following: landforms. Numerous types of landforms are created with the immediate solidification of the magma below the Earth's surface and lava on the Earth's surface. The landforms created on the Earth's surface are called extrusive landforms.
So what is extrusive? Already we have studied the landforms which form outside. The effect is forming outside. That is what the extrusive. Intrusive means inside.
These include volcanic plateaus, volcanic mountains, and volcanic plains.
So what are the landforms formed? Volcanic plateaus, volcanic mountains, and volcanic plates. No? Correct or not?
Yes, ma'am. Volcanic plateaus. These are derived from lava, which flows out from the volcanic eruptions. The plateau of Peninsula India, especially the northwestern technique, is an example of lava plateau.
Just now I told the example. Do you remember? I have told you one volcanic eruption happened and the materials were pushed inside. So that Deccan Plateau, western parts, that Deccan Plateau is the example of that volcanic plateau.
Other examples are South African plateau, Colombian plateau.
Okay, continue.
Other examples are South African plateau, Colombian plateau, and Ethiopian plateau.
Underline all the examples.
Volcanic mountains. These mountains are built from the material ejected from the fissures in the Earth's crust. The volcanic mountains are the most diverse because there are great differences in volcanic eruptions as well as the mountains they throw up.
Materials they throw up. Yeah?
Sorry. Volcanic mountains like Mauna Loa in Hawaii rise 9 kilometers from the ocean floor. Volcanic mountains are common in the circum-Pacific belt and include such volcanic peaks such as Mount Fuji, Japan, Mount Mayon, Philippines, Mount Merapi, Sumatra, Mount Agung, Bali, and Mount Cotopaxi.
So these are the mountains formed. Sometimes these mountains are formed inside that ocean part. So these materials formed and created a mound-like structure. So these are formed in that circum-Pacific belt. You have seen that a ring of fire or circum-Pacific, that region, large number of such mounts can be seen. Ah,
Volcanic plains. These plains are vast and smooth, formed by extensive volcanic flooding from volcanic centers. The Western Victorian Plains in Victoria, Australia, are the finest examples of volcanic plains. These plains were formed by volcanoes over the last 6 million years, with most recent eruption being at Mount Napier 7,200 years ago. Over 400 volcanic sites have been found in this region.
you just imagine a vast plain has been formed in that Victoria region, as well as the Victoria region of Australia. So that plain is a beautiful plain covering an area of 2.3 million hectares. But this was formed 7,200 years ago. So we have seen constructive effects that first is creation of landforms. The landforms are of three types. That is, what is that? Volcanic plateaus, volcanic mounts, and volcanic plains are created. Examples also. The first example is that Deccan Plateau, western part of Deccan Plateau. Then examples we have studied about the plateaus of South Africa, Colombia, etc. And volcanic mountains, example Mount Fuji, Mount Mayon, and Mount Merapi. Okay. The volcanic plains, the example is that Victorian plains in Victoria, Australia. So that is 2.3 million hectares and it was formed 7,200 years ago. Now, next is Caldera Lake. You just take that this thing with Caldera Lake.
Oh, autism time. That's it.
Questions of
It's on sometimes. It's on. Oh, 1,100.
Caldera Lake, you have kept that one only.
Yes. How Caldera and Crater Lakes are.
very hot.
Very toxic.
Canberra Lake, there is this one in market. Market. Caldera Lake.
Total.
During during repeated eruptions, the summit of the volcano may be blown up. In its place, large depressions called caldera is formed. Understood? And these are generally formed when the magma chamber is no longer able to emit sufficient magma. This results in the collapse of a cone
Either
either
partly
by
or wholly.
or. This depression eventually gets filled with the water and forms the lake.
For example, Crater Lake in the USA is a caldera lake.
Understood? What is caldera lake?
Yes.
So, the definition if it is